So, why did the Mexican man take his wife up the mountain? Tequila! Now, if you've had too much tequila, let me show you a truly stunning Mexican tex-mex breakfast where we can mix spicy eggs with tortillas. It'll soak up all that alcohol and you'll feel so much better. So let's make migas.
Migas, the best scrambled eggs you'll ever make.
What have we got here? We've got migas. Migas, which basically means bits in Mexico. And we've got bits and bobs that are left over, half-finished things, which we're going to make into this classic Tex-Mex hangover-busting breakfast. The vegetables here are all out of the fridge. We've got some rather tired vegetables. If they were a person, they should really check into Shady Pines Residential Home. We've got some leftover cheese, and in fact the meats I've got here, I've got some chorizo and some pork, which were left over for some burgers that I did a couple of days ago. And in fact I actually did pork and apple burgers, which I'll have to put on this channel because they were amazing. Obviously eggs, I've got some fresh eggs here. We're going to be using that for our egg base for the scrambled eggs. Got some leftover tortillas, which we're going to toast. And we've got some classic spices here, some taco spices. Now, if you've got one of those little square packets that you've got left over from a Mexican meal, by all means use one of those. But I've just made a little mix here of a teaspoon and a half of cumin, chili powder, paprika, quite a bit of oregano, some salt and pepper, which is classic taco seasoning. So, should we get on with the recipe?
Did you spot the difference? There's been a bit of chopping going on.
So first, we're going to use a little bit of oil on both sides. And I'm using corn tortillas because that's what I had in the cupboard. We're just going to brush a little bit of oil on each of these. And so these go into a 180 degree oven, or 360, 370 degree Fahrenheit oven, just for a few minutes until they're toasty and golden. Although traditionally these would be fried, I much prefer to actually bake them, and that way they're not as greasy. Now it's egg time. So let's get these leftovers to good use. First thing, we'll get the onions and both the leftover meats on the go. I absolutely love chorizo. It's one of my all-time favourite meats. Not traditional in the migas, but this is literally using everything up. And it's what I had. You'd usually put a little bit of coriander leaf in as well, but that's one thing I didn't have spare. So we'll give this a couple of minutes just to brown. I'll carry on stirring. So now it's been 4 or 5 minutes. Our raw meat is now cooked. Time for our homemade taco seasoning. And you know what? It's not a Tuesday, so we can't even call it Taco Tuesday. So make sure that's nice and combined. Oh, actually that smells exactly like taco seasoning. That oregano really, really makes a difference. So we're just going to let this fry for another couple of minutes. So now, after a minute or so, the taco seasoning have got to know each other, and it really does smell like proper taco seasoning. Time for the eggs, the proper bit. In they go. I have added a little bit of milk to this when I whisked it, so to give it creamy consistency. Now it's just a case of making some really, really good scrambled eggs. Eggs are nearly done. Time for all that lovely square processed cheese. And half our spring onions. I'm keeping half of them back for a little bit of garnish. And all we're going to do now, I've turned the heat right down. And we're just going to let that cheese mash and melt into that fantastic egg solution, egg mixture. So let that combine. That's going to be another couple of minutes. So now the cheese is combined, and the spring onion has softened. We're ready to plate now.
Velvety, taco seasoned scrambled eggs, flavoured with all those leftovers, served on shards of crispy tortillas, and I've served them with some lime wedges, some sliced avocado, and some leftover salsa. Perfect for sharing a proper hearty brunch.
Well, camera boy, yet another successful brunch dish with Migas. Cheers. Oh God, I hated this